Stage. World Cancer Day is an international event marked on 4th February to raise awareness of cancer and to encourage its prevention, detection, and treatment. World Cancer Day is led by the Union of International Cancer Control to support the goals of the World Cancer Declaration written in 2008. The primary goal of World Cancer Day is to significantly reduce the illness and death caused by cancer, and is an opportunity to rally the international community to end the injustice of preventable suffering from cancer. World Cancer Day 2022, the theme for World Cancer Day is Close the Care Gap. Cancer, as we know, we need more understanding and recognizing the inequalities in cancer rate around the globe. So I welcome you for this auspicious event over here. And I request Professor S. Malini to invite all the dignitaries.
Good afternoon, one and all. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome all of you for this function. First of all, what's a cancer? What makes a cell cancerous? That's a billion-dollar question. So when we hear the word cancer, it still creates a great fear in the minds of people at large. And billion-dollar question is, what makes a cell cancerous? So we know that it is a change in the genetic material, mutation in the genetic material, which causes cancerous condition. And then what makes this mutation or the changes in the genetic material? It is nothing but a carcinogens. So we are living in the world of carcinogens. Everything has polluted air, water, whatever we take, food additives, coloring agents, preservatives, all these things. So we are living in the world of carcinogen, and it is very essential to know more about cancer, its treatment, its diagnosis. And today we got an opportunity to get such information from a highly knowledgeable, one of the leading oncologists in the country, Dr. Vishweshwara. First of all, I would like to welcome our Honorable Registrar Sir of University of Mysore, and you must be knowing he's a fantastic administrator, and for any program in the department, the university, so he extends his hand, support, cooperation, thereby we could work out many such events. And from behalf of all of you and from the Department of Genetics and Genomics, heartily welcome to you, sir, to this occasion. Now, it's a pleasure for me to introduce and welcome Dr. Vishweshwara. He is a Chief Radiation Oncologist and Medical Superintendent, Bharat Hospital and Institute of Oncology, Mysore. In the field of oncology, he is working over 30 years, striving to deliver the treatment in affordable and customized way for the patients, upkeeping in the latest happening in oncology from time to time and adopting the same in our clinical practices to benefit the needy, teaching for medical and non-medical professionals and creating awareness over 3 decades. Finally, to be grateful to the Almighty and the patient population for accepting his services, and he completed MBBS from Mysore Medical College, then DMRT from Kidwai Memorial Institute of Oncology, MD in Radiation Oncology, DNB from Delhi, and throughout his career is a rank holder in MBBS. Okay, and he has got a very rich experience and 15 years of teaching experience, 30 years of practices, and he took a lot of clinical trials for all kind of cancers condition like advanced breast cancer trial, multiple myeloma trial, then head and neck trial, cervix trial, all these things, lot of trial studies. And he has done lot of other research related activities like breast serving implants. He has done penile implants, soft tissue implants, neck and node implants. And he has conducted more than 150 cancer detection camp in rural areas of Mysore and surrounding district. And public education and awareness program, he has done a lot in association with service organization and professional education program in CME activities of IMA, Indian Medical Association and other medical bodies. And he has been given many programs in All India Radio, TV channels. And with this brief introduction, it's a really great pleasure for me to welcome him and to introduce him to our audience. And our association goes back from almost 20 years, I know, sir. Very simple, very humble, down-to-earth person. And it is really, I'm blessed to have such people with me. And today he has a lot of other commitments. I heard from his colleagues. In spite of that, he is addressing all of us. Really, we are blessed to have him as a today's guest. With this, I welcome you, sir, to this program. And it's a once again pleasure for me to welcome our Professor Janardhan, Director from International Center, highly dedicated, hardworking, disciplined person. He is from Sister Department, Botany. Right now, he is working as a director in the International Center. And he is keen, interested in doing such activities to have benefits for our students, especially for international students. And on behalf of University of Mysore, Department of Genetics and Genomics, I welcome you, sir. I welcome Dr. Nirmala K. Murthy for this occasion. I welcome all the students from Department of Genetics and Genomics and from Department of Zoology, both juniors and seniors. They are all here. They are keen to know what's going on in the department, especially freshers. Yesterday they started coming, and a lot of enthusiasm they have. Definitely, we don't disappoint you. 2 years, you'll be having a feast of knowledge from our side. Only thing is, you have to participate actively. And after the session, feel free to interact with the speaker. Any doubt, anything, maybe it's simple, but don't hesitate. This is the platform for you to share your thoughts, doubts, queries. Thereby, you can take this knowledge and you can spread this knowledge to everyone. And I welcome all the faculties from Genetics Department and Zoology Department, young and dynamic faculties. Welcome you all once again. Thank you.
On behalf of the department, I welcome our chairperson, Professor S. Malini, who constantly keeps organizing such events. Thank you, ma'am, and welcome. Now, I request Dr. Vishweshwara to deliver this. I request Professor Janardhan for his work for this keynote.
Very good afternoon, everybody. The Honorable Registrar of the University, Professor R. Shivappa, Dr. M.S. Vishweshwara, Oncologist, Bharat Hospital, Mysore, Professor S. Malini, Chairman, Department of Studies in Genetics and Genomics and Zoology, and we have Nirmala, Dr. Nirmala, Professor Subramania, the faculty members of Genetics and Genomics, the students of Genetics and Genomics, and from other departments. We have many international students from different departments. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to be here with this afternoon. When I Dr. Malini requested me to speak few words. I said I don't want to come in between the Dr. Vishweshwara and the audience. But Malini madam insisted, that's why I'm here. Very good afternoon. It was actually Sri R. Uday Kumar, our PRO from Bharat Hospital, called me a month back to organize a special lecture, particularly eminent cancer biologist or oncologist like Dr. Vishweshwara, particularly for our young students. I said, yes, definitely we will organize, but because of COVID-19 situations, we postponed. But later I talked to Professor Malini to organize about this program on the World Cancer Day. She readily agreed, and we are all assembled today to hear the special lecture by the well-known Dr. Vishweshwara. And Dr. Malini madam has already done a wonderful job in organizing this event, which is coinciding with World Cancer Day. It is my privilege and honor that a well-known cancer expert, oncologist, Dr. Vishweshwara is going to address us on issues related to serious health problems which is confronting us today. I am also very happy that our Honorable Registrar is here today, who has accepted our invitation to be part of this program as a presiding officer from the university, and he has been wholeheartedly supporting all our academic programs for the last 2.5 years. So credit goes to Professor Shivappa, who is here to witness the academic session. When I was reading about cancer, I found that cancer is a leading cause of death in worldwide, accounting for 10 million in 2020, 10 million in 2020. And I also came to know that each year, 4 lakh children are also developing cancer, 4 million. I'm sorry, 4 lakh children are also affected by the cancer. An expert says that 30 to 50% of these cancers can be prevented by following, good food habit and lifestyle. So it is time to listen to the expert. Let us not discuss on this issue. We have an expert. Let us listen to him on this area. And sir, we are eagerly waiting for your presentation and new trends in cancer detection and prevention. And I will leave the stage for Doctor to address the audience. Thank you very much.
On this occasion, our students have done few posters regarding cancers and its content. So I request all the dignitaries to release these posters. Thank you all. Now we'll be having the lecture. So I request other dignitaries to be on the couch.
My sincere thanks to all the dignitaries, Honorable Registrar Dr. Shivappa, and Professor of International Studies, Dr. Janadhan, and Professor Mrs. Malini, for not giving a lecture, just to share my views for 3 decades. Whatever I was doing 10 years back, today I'm not doing it. Whatever I was doing 2 years back, I'm not doing it today. So I am a student continuously. First year students, don't worry, you will be ever students until activity. So there is definitely a difference between a cardiac attack and heart attack and cardiac arrest. Cancer, all cancers look same, isn't it? All cancers look same, but they are biologically different, isn't it? Biologically they are different. All carcinomas are not same. Because we thought that initially we were intelligent, we want to classify carcinomas, sarcomas, lymphomas, bone tumors, and all kinds of things. But now we know even a squamous cell carcinoma has different variants, and a patient having 10 patients having squamous cell carcinoma will not behave in the same way. They behave differently. Stage 1 patient you bring in front of me, same treatment you give, all of them will not behave. And I used to give an answer 20 years back. But now I have an answer, I'll come to you. Because everything has been learned from bench to bedside. Because we never understood, we never worked, the researchers and the clinicians did not work in a cohesive way. But nowadays, without the complementing action of a researcher and a clinician, treatment cannot go. We're all looking our naked eyes. 2 centimeter, stage 2. 3 centimeter, 5 centimeter, stage 3. All this classical teaching used to happen since my student days. Even today, the teaching is going on in medical colleges. But that is not the issue. Madam knows that 1 centimeter harboring 2-3 mutations can throw you everywhere. 1 centimeter tumor can already give a metastasis to bone, and you call it as a stage 1. We are now able to find that part of it, the clinicians, because of the researchers and scientists' efforts, that we are able to understand how to incorporate into clinics. So bench sites to clinics. So that is what is happening. That's why I want to highlight. Especially, I was very much interested in highlighting and sharing and learning from you also. What else you can do? At the moment, speaking so many times, the cost of it. Cost can be overcome by anything. But let us bring the technology. We have got NGS technology. We are using NGS. Earlier, never knew what was NGS. I thought that why should I know NGS? Why should I understand NGS? Why should I know Sanger sequence technique? I'm not interested. Why should I know southern blotting? Why should I know western blotting? What is gel electrophoresis? I'm not interested. I'm a clinician. I'm trying to treat patients. But I was failing in my duty if I don't get that information and try to use for the patient. that I will show you to in the next few slides, which has brought dramatic change. I'm telling you, dramatic change in the treatment of malignancy. So we know just customarily few slides I'll run through for the so-called juniors. Don't worry, so-called juniors. I'm also junior. So solid tumors and hematological tumors, everybody knows it. And of course, types, pre-malignant condition, malignant condition, benign tumor. These are the terminologies that we should basically understand. I don't want to spend much time on those things. And the types of cancer, that's what I was telling. Sarcomas, carcinomas, melanomas, gliomas, lymphomas, leukemia. Earlier we used to know, we were very happy. Oh, at least I found out it's a carcinoma. I found out it's a sarcoma. I found out it's a melanoma. Now we'll ask a melanoma, whether is it BRAF positive or BRAF negative? BRAF positive or BRAF negative? Because they behave differently. BRAF positive have carry poor prognosis, which knowledge I never knew or probably never bothered to understand. I admit my mistakes. So at least I've got an opportunity to correct it. Coming to lymphoma, non-Hodgkin's, Hodgkin's, the classical PGP 1800s, Hodgkin's, Thomas Hodgkin's classified into non-Hodgkin, Hodgkin. Now we call it, is it MUM positive, is BCL2 positive, is MYC positive? All those things are important because they behave differently and we need to treat, which is called personalized medicine. If you go to a hotel, the difference, suppose if you go to a 5-star hotel, how do they serve you in coffee? If you ask for a coffee, he'll bring a what you call pot of milk, pot of what you call black decoction, sugar, everything. So you can mix among yourself. But you go to Darshini, so you want a class of treatment, it's a personalized treatment. You can add sugar, you can add less milk. I want to have add some lemon, something. So forget hotels, you can always drink in Darshini. But for treatment, it has to be personalized. Otherwise, it will not work. And we call poor patient did not respond. There was an easy answer that the clinician used to give. Now we cannot give. And we need not give. That's what I'm saying. So worldwide cancer statistics already, everybody knows it, just for a couple of years. That's not a problem. We know breast cancer is common. It was common earlier in the West, it was coming to India also. Why? Obesity. You see, every lady is obese. And everybody is lady. No, I'm not commenting. Even men are obese. They have got their own set of problems, don't worry. And every lady is getting married at a later age. That's why government itself told us to. But nowadays, they are interested in career oriented. But all those days, her ovaries are producing estrogen and it is hitting her breasts with estrogen every month. So they don't get an ovarian holiday. See, if a lady becomes pregnant and carries a child and feeds the child for 2 years, the ovaries won't work. Then that is called ovarian holiday. So in her lifetime of say 15 years of menstrual cycle, if she gets 2-3 those days, then she get 8 children. 18 to 16 years, half of them are holiday only. Nowadays, you at least take 2 children, 4 years holiday, the risk has come down. But nowadays, the children, they won't get married. They get married at 35 and then go to run to infertility clinics, spending lakhs of rupees. This is the lifestyle change. And most of the women will never ever cook in a house. That's why the whole street food is fixed. Street food is full. Any hotel morning, Sunday morning you go, the whole family sits with eating. That's a picture I've seen. But I go occasionally, but not really. But this has become a norm. This has become a norm because the outside food, he is not interested in our health. Our own family is responsible for our own health. So these are the 3 factors where it has pushed up into the breast lifestyle. Our ladies have changed, no activity. Simply they are showing some for this thing, walking with all friends, slowly talking and going. I've seen in front of my park, they are really going talking. Not the exact brisk walk. So lack of physical activity, becoming obese, getting late marriages, eating unhealthy food. What else we want? All the things have joined. So that's important. Of course, breast is more as in India. India, we never used to get breast used to be called as a what you call higher socioeconomic group disease. Now it's come to everybody. So that's very important. Forget about those things. And the most important, the states, when we see Karnataka ranks around 4th. Karnataka. Coming down to these things, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, everywhere, it's come down because they are all labor workers. They work very hard for food. Karnataka, be happy. Bangalore, everywhere, they have taken measures. Be happy. Go to IT department, collect a lakh of rupees and do that. So you can imagine that Karnataka is almost 4th or 5th. I'm not at all really happy with this. So reasons for increasing, I have already told you. So increased population, aging, improved access to less invest. Second thing is we need to diagnose easily. We are diagnosing it easily also. Earlier, people never used to go for biopsy. Suppose something goes, why biopsy is required? Now every tissue biopsy or something is being done. So that also amounts to a small percentage of pickup of cases. That's okay. So changing social cultural practices, reduction in mortality because other causes, heart attacks, everything. Mortality is because cancer is an aging disease. The cells become older and older, instead of dying, they become malignant. That is called loss of apoptosis. So otherwise, they are very peacefully be in the graveyard. They don't want to be in the graveyard. They want to live and cause trouble to others also. That is loss of apoptosis. So that's how it happens. Of course, risk factors, everybody knows smoking. I've told since 30 years it's not changed. Viral, smoking, infection, alcohol, radiation exposure, all these things, everybody knows it and it comes. If I come and tell what this fellow is talking, you will be laughing. Which I just put it for a kind of easy recap. So this is what our students have done. See, so nicely they said radiation resisting cell death. That is because cancer cell is intelligent. It doesn't want to die. It wants to live and make noise. A school in a class, if a person is making noise, he doesn't want to go out. He wants to stay back and make still noise and make others also in trouble. So at that time, what we should do? Throw out that fellow. That is called targeted therapy. Earlier, teacher what he used to do? Stand up all, I'll suspend the class and go away. Poor good students also were in trouble. Isn't it? Now, that is why the poor, good tissues used to get side effects. Chemotherapy give all the normal cells also used to be in trouble. So now you pick up that fellow who made a noise, throw them out. So others are also happy. Teacher can continue his lecture in his own pace. So that is how the change in the treatment paradigm has happened over a period of 2 decades. Sustaining and proliferating signaling and evading growth suppressors. There is a break growth suppressor. Madam already tells the growth suppressor and a tumor activation oncogene, just like accelerator and pedal. So if you take away the brake pedal, it only stimulates. So the loss of a brake pad is a loss of a growth suppressor. So it goes in fast and ramps everywhere, causes trouble. So these are the hallmarks of cancer, which you know better than me. And biopsy, scans, staging, grading, biomarkers. We are sick of hearing this. Isn't it? We are sick of hearing. Everybody can we are going the next level. This is not only enough for us to keep. That is why the scientists and researchers have come closer with the clinicians. We were happy when I started my practice, one of the senior surgeons, there was a growth in the esophagus. They saw endoscopy. That time, flexible endoscopy was not there. So the rigid endoscopy, very difficult to put in esophagus. There was a growth. And I said, sir, biopsy. No, in great treatment model. I've seen it. Please. But see, from that day, today you go, anybody, if something has happened, sir, did you send my specimen for biopsy? The public themselves, they ask. So in addition to biopsy, they require other tests. I'll come to that point. So classical treatment, surgery, radiation, chemo, no reputation, forget only. So biological agents, this is what I want to talk about. Biological agents are designed to target specific cancer cells. I just told you 2 minutes back. We used to shoot them everywhere if some problem is happening in the class, but now we need to selectively shoot. By selectively having the cell kill. First thing, you get good result. Second thing, no side effects. And third thing, you have to select it, whether third row fellow is making noise or the second row fellow is making noise. In our school days, we used to make news, isn't it? Nobody knew from where the voice came. So then I said, last row, all of them get up and go away. So then also it is a loss. Then now we keep a mic everywhere and try to find out which row the noise. That is the next technology. So like that, we have to apply into our clinics also. So the second very important thing is immunotherapy. I'm coming to that point. Immunotherapy has come in a big way in past 1 year. All the drugs available at the West are available in India. All the drugs at 40% cheaper, but still our people cannot afford. That is the sad part of it. So vaccines, definitely we advise vaccines for the pubertal girls for the HPV vaccines to prevent what we call cervical cancer, but it is not picked up that much because most of the professionals, gynecologists have not had any confidence in that. So I need to develop that confidence in the club group also.
So please elaborate
So because most of the pubertal girls, probably I would like to say 15 to 18 years before their first sexual activity, they have to be vaccinated because otherwise after the sexual activity, the chances of acquiring a HPV infection is more. Human papilloma virus. I told you the few slides back, virus is one of the causes for infection, isn't it? So to prevent that, if you get vaccinated, then we can't tell that girl don't get married, don't have children. Can we tell you that? Then if you don't do that, you'll get breast cancer. If you don't do that, you get breast cancer. I told you about the ovarian holiday. So we can't, but you need to get what you call immunized against cervical cancer. So that is how it is very important. And a lady, girls can always go to their gynecologist and ask for the HPV vaccine in that pivotal age group, the 15 and the 18, soon after the puberty. That's very important. Leave your things in any kind of hesitation in your mind. Go and ask because it's your body and it's your health. Very important. I think people should discuss more openly rather than what they used to do decades ago. When I was a student, stool sample, isn't it? We thought like that. Our knowledge was so limited, isn't it? Stool, somebody used to get it. Stool sample, he could bring the whole stool. See the stool? We thought that. See, that is how our knowledge regarding the investigations, molecular biology, things like that. This was our level of knowledge, isn't it? In a medical college. Because fortunately, either unfortunately, we were not exposed to that kind of research activity and scientific bedside activity in our medical college. We used to see patients, that's fine. But one has to know both these things. Whether it works in our patient, how to do it, that was not taught. Not how things syllabus have changed, my daughter says, that's different. But in nowadays, we were so dense. You can imagine that's why we all failed in biochemistry first year. Because biochemistry was very difficult for us. And the professor of biochemistry failed 40 people of us. We are 100 together. 40 people, because those, what you call, citric acid cycle, everything, we never remember. But now I know before treating diabetes, if I do not know citric acid cycle, I cannot use it. If I don't understand citric acid, I cannot treat diabetes. But probably the biochemistry professor did not know the importance of citric acid to be used in diabetes. So there was a gap. Now things have changed. Now things have changed. So origin of molecular biology, I think, madam, that means it's a phenotype. What's happening is between genes and proteins. So that is a combination of a classical genes and biochemistry, both born in 1900s. So these are the genes and proteins. This is a phenotype. What happened? It became a molecular biology. That's very important. So that is how the origin of molecular biology started. We also never understood because both are going in a separate parallel lines. They never met. Like railway lines, that line is going, like clinicians, they are going like this. never interacted with these people, and they did their own whatever they seem to write, they used to do. So that's not happening, and we understood genes load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger, isn't it? Genes load the gun. Already we are loaded with this thing, so many problems. Suppose don't do that. If you get a genomic mapping before marriage and tell that at 50 you get cancer, lung, and 45 you get something, nobody will get married. Just like a horoscope. Tomorrow it may come, bring your genomic mapping. Please get your genotype. We are doing 500 gene analysis. So that becomes one of the part of the this thing. So it will not be happening. We will not do that unless it is used for medical purposes. So genes load the gun, lifestyle puts the trigger. Genetics, you are doing it right. It's very important. And I told us changing lifestyle. Definitely lifestyles have been changed. People instead of carrying their children, they want to carry their pets. So people instead of feeding their children, they stop. They try to be more what you call beauty conscious and things like that and get into trouble. So definitely changing the lifestyle is important, which we all have to return back to our elders and try to remember what it is important. That's the difference between mommy and amma, isn't it? Huh? So that's how we need to understand. I only put it for pictorial, but please understand the reason behind what I'm talking. What is genomics and what is genetics? You know better than me. But it's my understanding. Genomics is a study of inheritance, the way the traits pass down from our generation to others, isn't it? How my height, my eye color, my hair, everything is genomics. Some genetics. Genomics is a newer term describing the study of all person genes and interactions of those genes with each other and with the environment. This is a map, but this is how do they interact. The genomics is important, it's a newer terminology. Before that it came as genetics. Genetics was there, I think William also says next genomics, it is helpful in treatment of patients. Very important. Why? Evaluating genes as susceptibility markers. If you have a wrong gene, you have a marker, then you have to be careful. See if there is a mutation. Already you have got like problems. And you are walking in a oily street, you fall down, isn't it? Isn't it? Already you have drunk, you fall. Normally that's okay. So mutation plus exposure, high risk. Mutation plus no exposure. You have drunk but sitting at only one place. You are not doing any activity. Moderate risk, you may fall there, fall down there only. At least you will not fall. Go elsewhere. No mutation plus exposure. Mutation is that you are not drunk, but still you are walking, you may fall down. For some reason. For some reason. See, because in a road, even if you stand in the footpath, you may get hit. The risk is this. That's a moderate risk. No mutation, no exposure, they're all happy. But the last one, the probability is quite rare. Everybody has got a mutation. Everybody, most of them have got a mutation. So I can say mutation plus exposure is the best one. Isn't it? Since you can ask me, that what do you call that? Military fellow drinks every day, he never got any cancer. Why did he get a cancer? Because I only drank for 2 years. This is the explanation. The military person smokes 2 packs a day for 25 years. Kushwant Singh did all these things. Don't take those things as examples. His genes are like that. I can't buy genes from him. Can I do that? No. I can do gene editing now. That's called gene editing. If you edit your gene into that, spend some money and drink for somebody else. Whatever it is, health, everything you can buy. But that will come in the future. And that will prevent your disease also. So without knowing our genetic structure, without knowing our thing, we can't be doing unnecessary taking risks. A person at the mid road may have a risk of 90%, but 10% of them never have any accidents. I can't take the 10% population as my model role model. I need to be safe. So this is a very important factor that how the genetics are important in our treatment and how to decide. So what are the molecular organisms? You know better than me. But please correct me if I'm wrong. I have stopped in NGS. because all genes are there, known and novel genes, but it is expensive. Now we are charging on 1.5 lakhs. Tell me how many people? They are doing 50 genes, they are doing 70 genes, and they are doing 500 genes. So different prices. I said, don't waste 50,000, don't waste 60,000. Pay 1.5 lakh, if at all you are getting done, get a complete genetic analysis. Is it correct? Why to waste? But below 1.5 lakh, we are not able to do it. Forget profit. Forget profit, we are not able to do the edges. That's why we are doing only for selected people. I'll tell you why. So we know that the category of genomic alterations, translocation, amplification, point mutation, all these things. These are the things I read only in my school biology. Afterwards, I forgot it. Now I relearned everything for treating patients. So now we know all the genes. See, BCR-ABL, AML, ETS. Most important is EGFR, which are helpful in lung, colorectal, glioblastoma, pancreatic cancers. KIT PDGFR, mixed gene, I told you already, PIK3CA, KIT, again, BRAF, KRAS. KRAS is very important in colorectal. So we have specified genes. But please remember, these genetic mutations are dynamic. Tomorrow, it may show something else. That's why we have to do complete genetic panel. They are dynamic. We can't stop it. No, mixed genes only causes only lung cancer, or mixed genes only happen in lymphomas. No, tomorrow some other gene added, and I'll be treating against anti-mixed genes, but the mutation is something else. Yeah, if I'm treating it against the EGFR mutations, I've got anti-EGFR drugs are there available, like Jeffinib and Jeffinib, osimertinib, things like that. Tomorrow the mutation may change, or metastatic site treatment may change. So they are dynamic. So we have to be extra careful in treating situations. So the whole list is there, starting from chronic myeloid leukemia, metastatic. I told you already about the metastatic melanomas. This is one thing. Again, EGFR, when they can get mutated, I told you. EGFR receptors are there, they are very small. They use anti-EGFR, but sometimes they'll keep quiet. Afterwards, they get mutated. EGFR 719. Then for that, we need to send biopsy and try to treat that mutated gene. That is, so in that process, we are there. We are treating such patients now. We are very happy. Because they are all kept on oral tablets. Stage 4, forget, nobody calls here afterwards stage 4. It is a chronic disease. Do you call diabetes as stage 4? Do you call hypertension as stage 4? Nobody calls. So forget about the terminology of stage 4. So that is the new concept, what we're doing. So you know the gene amplification is one of the important things, apart from these things when we classify mutations and translocations. Amplification is very important, and you know that when we say what you call KRAS, CMYC, and NMYC, they're very important. How many, even herceptin receptors also come to the amplification part of it. So a difference between a genetic test and a genomic test. When it comes to clinics, genetic test and a genomic test. See, BRCA1 and BRCA2 are genetic tests. It can tell you the risk. Genomic test in a breast cancer tells me it takes 21 gene analysis, we do it, and it predicts the benefit of a particular treatment. Suppose 70-year-old lady came, her oncotype BS score says low risk, I don't give chemo, even though she is not positive. Because earlier I used to give chemo, oh, she is not positive, and patient will die of chemotherapy. So that's a mistake we did it. I am ready to admit my mistakes so that I can learn better in future. So when you do a genomic testing, I will try to know, okay, our genes are all okay, scoring is okay, or low score is there. I can only keep her an observation. But the test cost 1.5 lakhs, fine. It's best to invest in 1.5 lakhs. The cost, forget it will come down. Cost will definitely come down. So that's what I told. Cancer genomes are dynamic. Today, maybe they could on relapse, things change because the mutations change. The cancer cells are smarter than us. That's why next gen sequence we are using it because we are not using older techniques or standard sequences again. or only those the techniques we are not using. So that's how it's very important. I told you this concept has gone. 1 centimeter tumor, 2 centimeter tumor, all these things, tumor size, nodal status, metastasis. Forget, we need to forget. Forget. Send the biopsy, ask the genetic report, treat it. Even if it's stage 4, forget. Nobody should call stage 4 in the future. That is the new concept. That's what I wanted to bring in front of you rather than playing the world record again and again and again and again. I'm sick of doing that because we are practicing that in our institution. Our institution takes 3 things: training for the juniors and myself every day, treating patients, and research. Because normally we take literature from Western literature most of the times. Always we quote Western literature. But here, across our HCV center, we treat around 60,000 new patients a year. So we have got our own data. So why we have to learn from our patients? Asian population is different from Caucasian population. That is different from American African population. That is different from American population. But the calculations cannot be compared to this population. So we need to set up our own thing, which has to be customized to our So initially, breast cancer also needs to tell, okay, in situ carcinoma, tubular, ductal, these are all morphology. This fellow comes with tie, this fellow comes with coat, this fellow comes. But how he is inside, nobody knows, isn't it? So this is only morphology when they see a microscope, they used to diagnose our pathologists. Our pathologists also now forgetting. If I ask a classification for a student, it is not required at all. And if he doesn't tell us, it doesn't matter. Is it enough for the 21st century? No, then we need to do like this. You see, ERPR, ER clotting, Memantine, E-cadmium. So we have to clotting low, basal line, HER2 enriched, normal breast, luminal A, luminal B. Because luminal A is very, what do you call, less aggressive. And I'm not happy with the triple negative, basal line. They are all negative. ERPR, HER2, everything is negative. But these informations were not there earlier, or we did not know earlier. So these are the 2 reasons. Very important. And of course, lung will come. Fantastic. You have to do all these things. EGFR, ALK mutations, everything, colorectal cancers also, head cancers also. We go into the depth of the tissue, get the molecular report, and then treat. It's very important. Of course, more numbers with BRCA mutations are there. And the pathway to personalized medicine is a good physician treats the disease. But the great physician treats the patient who has got the disease. Everybody knows how to treat the disease. But I need to individualize them and then to treat, because I'm not different from, I'm different from you and you're different from others. That's very important. This is because, that's what I told, when you give a drug, predicted good response to, okay, I killed somebody, somebody is benefiting. Predicted this thing will not respond, it will not come. So I have to change the drug. The other one, it may cause a toxicity, so avoid the drug. So this is very important so that we can personalize the treatment and use the technology in this way. And now diagnosis is equal to treatment. Earlier it was like this. Treatment is like this, treatment is like this, diagnosis is like this. So now we need to be equally, whatever you diagnose, you treat. So I'm very happy. Of course, signaling pathway, one has to understand, you understand better. So we understood for treatment purposes. So it's very important. And these are the few reports, molecular reports regularly. We are doing this markers of past 70 years, 2014 reports, everything like this one, or you send it for CK mutation for this malignancy, like that. And we know the whole sequence of growth factor receptor signaling, RAS, MAP pathways, or we come on STAT pathways. So we know it promotes translation, metabolism, and applications. Now I think that I should learn more and more from you people so that more and more patients are benefited. And these are all drugs, monoclonal antibodies and small molecules are definitely utilized in the patient very widely. And even though if they're expensive, they're coming down when you compare to them. So these are the hallmarker of cancer which has been added to that. And such a story of cetuximab, These are the few clinical listings which are using cetuximab and panitumumab where KRAS is negative. KRAS positive patients don't respond. So come down to HER2 receptor positive, use trastuzumab. Then come down to BCR-ABL, use imatinib. Then you see EGFR, either use erlotinib or use diftin. And these kind of side effects will be gone because patient never used to come for treatment because of alopecia. Because Amitabh they say very expensive makeup, no problem. So in that way also patients will be more confident when you treat them personally. And most of the drugs are oral, they can go home. That's very important. And treatment modalities, these are all things have gone. Now the things remain is immunotherapy, targeted therapy, and improvement in radiation therapy and immunity. So that's how I wanted to share with you all. And thanks for patient listening. Anything which I could add something, if you can interact me. Thank you.
Any questions? You can feel free to ask Dr. Vishweshwara. Any questions?
Students or non-students don't feel bad. Everybody is a student. Even I am not knowing the simplest and simplest thing too. Please leave that inhibition. That's the only thing I tell to the youngsters. Please leave that inhibition. Because don't feel that, that what does he think? He knows, he doesn't know other 10 things. Don't worry. Anything you ask him, this thing. Otherwise, go home and refer in Google. Very simple. Sir, the risk is there, sir. Suppose I tell you, if a lady has got a cancer and her daughter has to be, it may not be guaranteed. The risk is there if she carries the gene. Suppose the mother has got cancer, sir. We have to screen the daughters or her sisters, first degree relatives for BRCA genes or P53 genes. If the genetic material is not translated, the risk is less. If genetic material is translated, then they have to be followed up. That's all. So it doesn't guarantee that if the father has got like a property, it has come to the son or daughter, but the risk is there. Risk. Yeah, she got it done unnecessarily. I got probably she carried a BRCA. She removed her ovaries also. She removed her breasts also, both, thinking that she may be affected with breast cancer. Probably she was positive. Sorry, her daughter, mother was positive. But she could have been, I don't know. She could have been observed very closely. But it's very easy for me to tell like that. Getting observed so very closely is a mental pressure. Every 3 months, 4 months, you have to go ultrasound of breast. What happens tomorrow? It may come. So that's also a factor. Some people who cannot tolerate them, they do. That is she's the greatest example in the whole world. But when we are seeing some patients, even the daughters are positive. Sorry, the mother is positive. They are coming for regular follow-up because they may be their thinking may be too much. Because why they went like that, I thought they can get the breast reconstructed. Reconstructions have been done in a very nicer way, so it will not be different from a natural breast. So that is one of the reasons. So that you get rid of the headache at the same time be happy. Maybe that's a reason.
Sir, just like sir, here. For diabetes, we have a diagnostic test, blood sugar test, all these things. After certain age, with the advent of molecular biology tools, can we go for a screening of certain onset of cancer genes? Is it necessary? If so, at what age?
Yes, sir. Cancer is an aging process. If you are, I'm guaranteeing all the males. If you are age about 70, everybody will get prostate cancer. I guarantee you, without anything. Because why? I'm not telling anything bad, but let us be aware. So it is a process of aging. The aging cells are becoming more smarter and smarter. They want to live longer and longer. Cook. The younger cells, okay, if they say my term is over, I need to go away. But the older people like us in my department, I want to sit there only for some. I'm trying to do all kinds of nonsense things. So that's how these cancer cells, they avoid apoptosis. So that is there. So I divide into 2-3 populations. Elderly people, anybody more than 50. Males, they are going to screen for some common cancer. What are the common cancers? The colon cancer, prostate cancer, lung cancer, and a regular ultrasound after. Above age of 50, women, what they should get? They should get screened for uterine cancer or breast cancer, things. But that doesn't mean, having said that, doesn't mean that the age below 50, if they have some problem, they should not get screened. This is routinely we have to do it after 50 years. But any lady or any man who has got unnecessary fever and all those symptoms, he needs to be examined and to be counseled before the age of 50. But screening should start off at 50 years of age with simple tests. And if he is losing weight, but only thing is our people, you have got some pain of the gelusil, you take. If you have got some diarrhea, loperamide, you take. Something like that will be done. But please take. I'm not telling that just because the person was coughing, he has got lung cancer. No. But before doing so, let us be clear that I don't have many things. So that's very simple. But most of the time it is because of the postponement of the diagnosis. Loss of weight is a very important thing. Screening we have to get it done, just like our cars getting service. That is very, that should be very listed. And of course, everybody is insured. They do all the health checkup. We need not worry about the payment also. Because nowadays finance is not a problem. Only thing you have to have a willingness to go and get it done. That's what I feel. Earlier, why should I spend 3,000 rupees upon it? Now your insurance is covered, or you get it admitted and got some fever, they do it. I feel. Yes, sir, please. Please.
Sir, thank you very much for your great presentation and information. Sir, I would like to know about stem cell replacement in cancer therapy. Despite all the promises, so it doesn't come to routine practice.
Stem cell therapy we have started already in multiple myeloma. Multiple myeloma, what we do, that's bone marrow transplant. You take your stem cells, because myeloma is a problem of the bone marrow. Take your stem cells and then take away the immunity, and then you transfuse back the whole stem cell insulin. Stem cell therapy is started off in myeloma. It will definitely move on to other things also.
Yes, sorry, just a small correction. I meant about the embryonic stem cell particularly.
Yes. Your pluripotent stem cell.
Yes, sir.
Pluripotent stem cell therapy has not been established in a very well-guided clinical trials. See, somebody I read in the paper the other day, the women with breast cancer have got liver something like. So they all has to be ratified and verified over clinical trials. So just like that, anecdotal cases cannot be taken up and advised to the general population. Even to start a single drug, it has to undergo a lot of clinical trials for phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. You know better than that. So it is not being incorporated in. Before coming to clinical practice, lot of background work has to happen regarding its adverse effects, regarding its procedure, regarding its SOPs. Otherwise, DGCI will never give any permission for us to treat. That's very important.
Thank you.
And one thing I would like to, my comment, sorry, my opinion. We read a lot of things in paper. This somebody found out in breast cancer. Found out it's okay, but to come into practice, clinical practice is very difficult. we have found drug against this cancer. We have found this. Probably that has been tried. There's a first step. I'm not discouraging you. There's a first step happens in laboratory. The first step happens in mammalian cells. But that next has to be happening to first phase 1 trial, in which advanced cancer cases who give consent for that. Then it comes to phase 2 trial, phase 3 trials, compared with the standard treatment. Then it has to come to phase 4 trial. So just releasing or finding a drug is not a big thing, but it's a part of it. So the rest of the story, rest of the part is also important. Then only it has to come. Again, we have all tried in that. In clinical, I have seen 1 or 2 drugs like everolimus is mTOR inhibitor. I think you know what is mTOR inhibitor. mTOR inhibitor did not help the patient population. They had severe effects. So nobody's using mTOR. So many billions of dollars have been utilized on that drug, oral mTOR inhibitor. We could not use it because patient never used to tolerate. See, ultimately the patient should take it. I will not be able to solve it on behalf of him. So mTOR drug is gone. The company spent billions of dollars for it. So ultimately, it is the patient's verdict, the verdict from the patient, so that the benefit happens.
Can you please elaborate on Taxol?
Oh, yes. Taxol is a very widely accepted, lovable drug. Many indications have come now. Earlier, it was a plant derivative. So it's from the yew tree, from the Himalayan thing. But it has got a multiple indications, starting from breast cancer, starting from cervical cancer, hereditary carcinoma, melanomas to some extent. All the indications we used to use it. But they used to chop off the tree everywhere. Only thing is the problem with the Taxol was its hypersensitivity. So once you give, we get a lot of hypersensitivity, suddenly patients go sick for this. Then they made synthetic Taxol. Nowadays they are not depending upon that. Nowadays they use a solvent called Cremophore. Cremophore solvent again cheaper drug. It causes tax. But now they have come with a nanoparticle paclitaxel. Naturally, DRC movie costing, single screen movie cheaper. But when you ask the patient to take this, what do you do? So normally what we do is paclitaxel is widely used. We start with the normal paclitaxel only. If some reaction happens, then we immediately stop, and from next course onwards, we'll advise please go for paclitaxel. So that's a very novel drug. From initially, the other important thing I would like to inform you, sir. It was probably I used it 20 years back from then. Then the Bristol Myers company came with this Taxol. Taxol is a proprietary name, but it's a paclitaxel. They are common to the group of taxanes. So I then dosed Taxol on the thing. It was 35,000 rupees. Now we know it's 5,000 rupees. 35,000 to 5,000. So that is one of the pharmacoeconomics. India, we should be worried about the pharmacoeconomics. Very important, very important. And most of the drugs, luckily, we are getting at a reasonable price. For some people, they can be able to even afford that also. That has to be thought about. Please. Yeah.
I have invested in it.
Oh, invested money?
Yes.
Shares?
Not shares.
Let me be a part of it. So definitely it's a growing size. Then if you not be my children, my daughter is also, she's also end up with this, she'll get money in the future. So yeah, how are you going with money?
So this is after my second childbirth. I invested in stem cells. So it was just a follow-up question.
So you have stored that?
Yes, sir.
Money is,
Until 18 years. Yes.
money is 18 degree.
Yes.
Very good.
English.
Okay. Umbilical blood you have. Umbilical blood you have. God. That's important. That's nice. That knowledge has to come to everybody. So let it be there for some time. You can always use it. Thank you. That science is starting now. That is coming. That's what I'm telling you. Last year, what I'm practicing should not be practiced this year. If I'm practicing, either I have not learned it or I have not been trained, especially in oncology. Please.
Sir, is there a chance of getting tumor in pituitary gland?
Yeah, adenomas, macroadenomas, microadenomas.
Okay, so that it will affect all.
However, the first thing they will get pituitary this thing is pressure effect. Forget about the all hormonal effects. You understand? Because the pituitary fossa is very small now. Pituitary gland is sitting in that. So once a tumor is there is no way that it can go all these things. It causes pressure and causes visual disturbance. Heavy anopia, they say they cannot have the side vision. See, if you stand like this, I know somebody is standing here, up to 130 degrees, I think. Then you get vision like this. The first important sign is pituitary vision. And there are two kinds of adenomas. One is functionally, as you said, functionally adenomas. Second is non-functional. One is only closed. But once the pituitary cells, they come with acromegaly, things like that. But the functional pituitary adenoma less, but the non-functioning are more. They do transsphenoidal approach and take it away, and then do the radiation therapy to prevent recurrence. The first sign is headache, and first sign is visual disturbance. They go to an ophthalmologist and they do a test called perimetry. Perimetry means peri means peripheral. Metry, vision, they used to use how many meter, how many distance, perimetry. Then they'll come to know what is it. Now, pituitary adenoma we find quite frequently. Okay.
So just to add to your stuff, we have already started a course on PG diploma in personalized genomic medicine. So it's two batches are second batch is going on, and they're doing wonderful work. That they're working on SNPs and all the variations and all.
You do NGS for us. No, not in this case.
Yeah.
You can ask me because somebody is doing it. I'm not very sure. See, a very young fellow, 20-year-old fellow, head and neck carcinoma, we ask for NGS because any additional mutations along with the radiation chemo we need to add. Any unusual pathology, we ask for NGS. Any recurrence cases, we ask for NGS. So any druggable mutations, I want to underline this druggable mutation. Mutation it can be used as treatment for that person. We like to find out and treat them because 20-year-old fellow getting head and neck carcinoma without any kind of what we call exposure, a very pitiful condition. So that's in that situations we are using agents. Sure. Can we check one question?
Now I request our honorable registrar, Professor Shivappa, to address the gathering.
Good evening, everyone. For last 1 hour or so, really it is amazing to know new challenges which are cropping up amidst us in our lives. Always human beings, especially the learned human beings, academicians, they try to find out reasons and also the remedies to overcome these challenges. From immemorial times, before science started its journey, our people who lived in the forest, they had their own system of understanding the diseases, finding out the reasons, and also remedies at their level. Over a period of time, we have
started learning things from a new ways and means. The science began its journey, and we are trying to look at some problems and issues from science point of view. But in my view, I'm not a. I'm of course I'm a, having a curiosity to know new things and like that. But since I've not studied science like you all, I'm not the right person to say any new things. But in my view, we are journeying ourselves with challenges all the time. Maybe we are in different geographical context. That's what I was inquiring with the Professor Janardana. Which country is leading in these diseases? If you list down the diseases and list down the countries and do kind of match the following like that we used to do in our olden time. So the diseases and the countries, or maybe the regions. Now country is also geographically, but the regions, and find out the reasons for this kind of thing. Maybe definitely it goes with, as we all know, it goes with lifestyle, eating habits, and the activeness of human beings. It's really matters. ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸತಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ರೋಗಾಣುಗಳ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಹೋರಾಡುವಂತ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕಣಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಹದೊಳಗಡೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೋಗಾಣುಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ, ಆ ರೋಗಾಣುಗಳ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಹೋರಾಡುವಂತ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕಣಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಹದೊಳಗಡೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಅವನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥದ್ದು? ಇಸ್ದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಅಂಗಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಾವೋ ರೋಗಾಣುಗಳ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಹೋರಾಡುವಂತ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕಣಗಳು ನನ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ಶೈಲಿಯಿಂದಲೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದಲೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಯಿಂದಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ, ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಬಹಳ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಬ್ಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಜೊತೆಗಾರ ಇದ್ದಾಗೆ. ಲೈಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ಡೆತ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಗಳೇ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ವೃತ್ತಿಗಿಂತ ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿನೇ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಸು, ನಮ್ಮ ಇದು. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿ, ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಓದುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಆಟ ಆಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿ, ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಗೆಳೆಯರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಸುಖವಾಗಿ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿ ಜೋಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಘಾಸಿಗೊಳಿಸದೆ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿ. ಕೆಲವು ಈ ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಗಳು ಆರೋಗ್ಯವನ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಗಮನ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದ ಜನ ಗುಡ್ಡಗಾಡುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬದುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಜೀವನ ಶೈಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ರೋಗಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇತ್ತಾಗ, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೇನೆ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಇತ್ತ ರೋಗ ಅಂತಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವು ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಅ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಮೈನ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿಕ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾರಣಗಳನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾ ಇದೀವೋ, ಈ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗಿಂತ ಏನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ರೀತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವು ಕೂಡ ಬೆಳೀತಾನೆ ಇದೆ. ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ವೇಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ 1, 2, 3 ಅನ್ನೋ ರೀತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ ಅದು 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 ಅಥವಾ 10ಕ್ಕೆ 20, 20ಕ್ಕೆ 40, 40ಕ್ಕೆ 80 ಈ ವೇಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇವುಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಹೇಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಹೇಗೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಯಾಗಿ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಈ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪೋಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್, ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪೋಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸೀಮಿತ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪೋಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್, ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ತನ್ನಗೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಮಾತ್ರ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುವಂಥದ್ದು.
ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ನ ನಾವು ವಿ ಆರ್ ಫೇಸಿಂಗ್. ಸರ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ MS ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರ ಸರ್ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಗಾಢವಾಗಿ ಬಹಳ in-depth understanding of all phenomena. He has done it not only from a academic point of view. ಇರುವಂತವರು 90% academicians in 9 academic learning ಅಥವಾ ಪತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತವರು. ಬಟ್ ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅದು ಯಾವತ್ತೋ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸು ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದು ಎರಡು ಮುಖಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ಥಿಯರಿ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಇದನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಈ ತರದ ಒಂದು ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ನ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇರುವಂತವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ವುಡ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ at a greater level. So they will have a curiosity to know many things, and also from time to time they develop seriousness in studying, and also they will develop seriousness in understanding the subject, and they will become wonderful scientists tomorrow. So they will contribute to the society. So this one simple lecture may bring in lot of changes in many people's minds. So that I really congratulate Professor SS Malini Madam. Always she is active enough in organizing this kind of seminars. Last 2 years she has done a wonderful work at zoology department. Now she is going to be placed full time with genetics and genomics as a chairperson and professor. So university is pleased to place her in this genetics and genomics department. And it's a new department which has come up very recently. I think we wanted to have a new programs, initiatives, and Professor Yuru Ramchandra sir, with his it is his brainchild, and he has done a lot of work to bring this department up to this level. And now Madam has to take a lead and organize several programs like this, and also the student should take a benefit of all these things. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಗಂಭೀರವಾದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನ ಹುಡ್ಕೋದೇ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ತರದ್ 1 hour ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಬಾಳ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಆ ತರ ಹಂಗಿದೆ ಬಿಡಿ, ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸು ಹಂಗಿದೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವೇರ್ ಡು ದೇ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಿಂಗ್? ದೇ ಡು ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಅಥವಾ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸಸ್ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಸೊಸೈಟಿನೇ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್, ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಸರಂತವ್ರ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗಳು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಇದು ನಿಜವಾದ ಒಂದು ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಇರೋ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ಲಾಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಈ ತರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಜವಾದ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ GR ಜನಾರ್ದನ ಸರ್ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫೈನೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ, most liked by everybody in the campus. He's a very serious guy, and he is leading our international center. All the problems of international students, ನನ್ನ ಕಳೆದ 2.5 ವರ್ಷದ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಸುಲಭ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಬಹಳ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತವೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ದೇಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟು ಒಂದು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಳೆದ 1.5-2 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಾರಿನ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆನೂ ಆಗೋದು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್. ಅಷ್ಟಾದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ರಿಯಲಿ ಐ ಕಂಗ್ರ್ಯಾಚುಲೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಜನಾರ್ದನ ಸರ್, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ SS ಮಾಲಿನಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಓವರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಬೋವ್ MS ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಚೀಫ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಂಕಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್, ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೂಪರಿಂಟೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಭಾರತ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಕಾಲಜಿ. ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ ರಿಂಗ್ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ನನ್ನಂತ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಓದಿರೋಂಥವ್ರಿಗೂ ಅವ್ರು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಫಿನಾಮಿನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಒಂದು ರೀಸನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಬಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ರಿಯಲಿ ಕಂಗ್ರ್ಯಾಚುಲೇಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್ ಆನ್ ಬಿಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ನಾನು ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತ ಇರೋ ವಿಚಾರಗಳೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಇಫ್ ಟೇಕ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹುಡುಗರೇ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಈಗ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೀ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತ ವಿಚಾರನೇ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಸೈ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಅಥವಾ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ಲಿ ಬಟ್ ವೆರಿ ರೆಲೆವೆಂಟ್ ಟು ವಿಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು. ಸೊ 2 ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನೇ. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ರಾಫರ್ಡಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಪೀಪಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಯು ಆಲ್ ಇನ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲಿ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಕಂಗ್ರಾಚುಲೇಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹುಡುಗರು ಪೋಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಮನೇಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಓದಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಮತ್ತು ಈಗ MSc ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಫುಡ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಅಂತದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಅವಳಿಗೂ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಇಂಥವೆಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರದೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ಹೆಚ್ಚೆಚ್ಚು ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಇಚ್ಛೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ನ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇರ್ಲಿ, ನ್ಯಾಕ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಯಾರನ್ನೋ ಮೆಚ್ಚಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ವಿ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಆನ್ ಪಾರ್ ವಿತ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಆ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಕಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ಸ್, ವಿ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವಿತ್ ಇಟ್. ಆ ಥರದೊಂದು ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕು. ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು ಕೂಡ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ದೇ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ ದ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್. ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತು ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಇಷ್ಟ ನನಗೆ. ಈಗ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾನು ನಾಳೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಇನ್ನೂ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಥರದೊಂದು ಡೈನಮಿಸಮ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾಗಾರ್ಜುನ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬುದ್ಧನ ನಂತರ ನಾಗಾರ್ಜುನ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ನಾಗಾರ್ಜುನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ, ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಥಿಯರಿಗೆ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟರ್ ನಾಗಾರ್ಜುನ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ನಾಗಾರ್ಜುನ ಸೇಸ್, ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಹರಿಯುವ ನದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೀವು ಕಾಲಿಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹರಿಯುವ ನದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಾಲಿಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಬಂದು ಇದೇ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದೇ ಕಾಲನ್ನ ನದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅದು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷಣ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಮರು ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಷಣವೂ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಹಾಲು ಮೊಸರಾಗುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹಾಲಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಮೊಸರಾಯಿತು, ನೀವು ಆ ಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬಲ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ನೀವು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಎರಡು ಆ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಒಳಗೊಳ್ಳುವಂತ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನ ನೀವು ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಆ ಥರದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾಗಾರ್ಜುನ ಆ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ನಾಳೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕ್ಷಣ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಕ್ಷಣ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ವರ್ಷ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಇರೋ ರೋಗಗಳು ಮುಂದಿನ ವರ್ಷ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಇರೋ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಮುಂದಿನ ವರ್ಷ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಚಲನಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತು ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯಿತು. whatever is relevant today, let us speak these things, and next year they will be irrelevant, but definitely we need to learn from the past, from our experiences. ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದೆಲ್ಲ ಇವು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಪಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಇಟ್ಬಿಡೋದು ಅಂತದಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಮಾತುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದೆ. ಮುಂದೆ ನಾವು ಈ ತರ ನವನವೋನ್ಮೇಷ ಶಾಲಿನಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ, ನವನವೋನ್ಮೇಷ ಶಾಲಿನಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಈ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಹೊಸತನ್ನ ಆ ಶಬ್ದ ನವನವೋನ್ಮೇಷ ಶಾಲಿನಿ ಅನ್ನೋಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ. ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್, ಎವ್ರಿ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್, ಎವ್ರಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥ ನ್ಯೂನೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರ್ಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್, ಎವ್ರಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್. ಅದನ್ನ ನವನವೋನ್ಮೇಷ ಶಾಲಿನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಇದು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಯುಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಜನರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನ, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ, ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವುಗಳು ಮೇಳೈಸಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ನಿಜವಾದ ಬದುಕನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನ ಬಿಟ್ಟ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ, ಅಥವಾ ಅವೆರಡು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲೇ ಮುಳುಗೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಯೂತ್, ಈಗಿರೋ ಜನರೇಷನ್ಸ್. ನಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರೋ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ಆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಫೋನ್ಗಳ ಗೀಳನ್ನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದೇ ಇವತ್ತು ಇರೋ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ. ಭಾರತದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಜಗತ್ತಿನಾದ್ಯಂತನೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಬಹುಶಃ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಜರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಂತೂ ಅದು ಮಂಗನ ಕೈಲಿ ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗೆ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಫೋನ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಬಿದ್ದು ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದ ಸಮಯವನ್ನು ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಅದರಿಂದ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತೊಂದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ತ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಗೇಮ್ಗಳು ಆಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದ ಸಮಯವನ್ನು ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ನಾವು ಓದುವಂತ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಖಂಡಿತ ಈ ತರದ್ದು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ಗಳು ಇನ್ನೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋದ್ರೆ 2 ಅವರ್ 3 ಅವರು ಈ ತರ ಸರ್ ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರ ಸತ್ತರದವರು ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡೋರು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಷಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ತಾದಾತ್ಮ್ಯತೆಯಿಂದ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ತಾಳ್ಮೆ ಆ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು. ಈಗಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ತರಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಹುಡುಗರನ್ನ ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗಿರೋ ತಾಳ್ಮೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರದೊಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ತರದವಿದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದು ತಾಳ್ಮೆ ಗುಣ ಬೇಕು, ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ಸಾಹ ಬೇಕು. ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ನೇ ನ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಬಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈನ್ಸಸ್ ಇವುಗಳಿಂದ ಬಂದಂತ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದೇ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಆ ಥರದಿಂದ. ಸೊ ರಿಯಲಿ ಐ ಕಂಗ್ರ್ಯಾಚುಲೇಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವ್ರ ಆಸೆ ಒಂದೇ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ವಸ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್ ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರಿಗಿರೋ ಉತ್ಸಾಹ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದು 10 ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳಾಗದು ಹಂಚ್ಬೋದು, 10 ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹಂಚ್ಬೋದು ಅವ್ರಿಗಿರುವಂತ ಉತ್ಸಾಹನ. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವರು ಅಂತವ್ರು ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹೆಚ್ಚೆಚ್ಚು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಇನ್ನೂ 2 ವರ್ಷ 3 ವರ್ಷ, ಅವರು 5 ವರ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನೀವು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಕ್ಕೂ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಾನು ಸರ್ MS ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್, ಜೈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ.
Now I would like to present a token of appreciation for the dignitaries. So I would like to invite Dr. Somanna to present a memento to Dr. Vishweshwar. I'd like to invite Mr. Kaushik to present the memento to our registrar. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Pratibha for the oath of thanks. So good evening, everyone. It's a great honor to propose the oath of thanks to all who have supported in making this talk a very resounding success. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Honorable VC, Professor Hemanta Kumar sir, our registrar, Professor Shivappa sir, for his support and advice. And I'm very happy to extend the thanks to our chief guest, Vishweshwara sir, who's the chief radiation oncologist, Bharat Cancer Hospital, for gracing our today's talk throughout provoking and interesting on new trends in cancer diagnosis and treatment. Thanks to Dr. Nirmala ma'am, who is again from Bharat Cancer Hospital. I would like to thank Professor Janardhan sir, Director, International Center, for support in making this event successful. And I also would like to thank our beloved chairperson, Professor Suturu S. Malini ma'am. Thanks to ICD and IOE for the facilities and the streaming the program online. Then last but not the least, our faculties, non-teaching staff, research scholars, students who have turned up in such a great number, not only from genetics, but also from other departments like zoology and international center. Finally, I would like to thank the supervisor of housekeeping teams, or housekeeping department, and also, sorry, it's I'm from genetics department, housekeeping always takes me. Housekeeping, University of Mysore. Thank you all. Thank you, everyone.